All right. In this video, I want to teach you how to use a semi-transparent stain. Yeah. This material is actually a sealer and a stain, and it's used to protect decks or wood siding or any other surface that is exposed directly to the weather. And this is what's going on in this case. I want to add, and, well, my customer wants to add a nice different contrast of colors than I just painted in one color. And it's possible. You just got to be a little more careful, a little more detailed. And what we're going to do in this case is that we're going to put the little posts or balusters. We're going to paint them in a lighter color, and we're going to paint the posts. The surface on the top and the stairs are going to be in a darker color, as well as the lattice that is around there. So I'm using, in this case, I want to get closer, but I'm using in this case this company called Cabot. I'm not working for them or nothing like that. You can use any other company, but this one is a semi-solid, and I'm using some sort of like a charcoal gray, and I'm using a lighter gray for the spindles or balusters or posts, the little ones. Now there are a few things that you gotta maintain or remember. One thing is that once you build this deck and it's pressure treated, and you must have it pressure treated because of the deterioration of the regular wood, you have to allow it to dry for about, I would say about 8 weeks. You know, so this one has way more than that, maybe like about 4 months. And it is very important to let it dry completely. Don't work under sunlight directly, because it will dry this thing too fast, and it will not be proper to work with, and it will not dry correctly. And don't do it if it's wet, because this is an oil base and it will be repelling the stuff. It will not absorb really well. So what you're going to do is you're going to protect the areas. In this case, I'm protecting the stairs from the lighter color that you can see over here. This is a lighter tone of color for the balusters, and I'm using a darker tone for here. So I'm protecting the stairs so we don't have some sort of like drops of the lighter color, right? But after this, subsequently, I'm going to apply 1 or 2 coats of the darker color on the bottom, depending on how much how rich I want to see the color on the bottom. The semi-transparent one is meant to expose some of the grain. You can actually get just clear, or you can get some sort of solid color, so it will be completely solid. But I recommend you to do it because it will save your investment on your deck. Okay, so that's how we're going to start. We're going to cover the areas. We're going to use a brush design for stains and oil-based paints, and that's how we're going to move on. Okay, so we're continuing with the project. Right now, I'm picking, kind of a the late part of the afternoon, the second half of the afternoon, to work with this because of the sunlight, as explained a while ago. But I want to show you something about this color. If you notice, you still have a transparency on this thing, and that's why it's called a semi-transparent or semi-solid material product. So what we're going to do after this, let me show you back again. I'm going to give you a little close-up. This is called a semi-solid deck and siding stain. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take that little tape out, and then we're going to work on the posts, on the handrail, this part of the handrail, and on the stairs and the deck itself on the top. And obviously not obviously, but also the lattice around, the little covering that is around. And that's how we continue. So again, pick some of the time. If you notice over here, we're going to do a little bit of sanding to remove the shoe marks out of that area. And wherever you have a little bit of dust or stuff like that, you need to sweep it and clean it. The balusters were fine, so we didn't need to do that stuff. So we continue with the project that way. Now that I want to show you the update of what is going on over here, and is that we continue painting the 2 colors, with the semi-solid colors. Obviously, it takes a little more intensity because of you want to make sure that one doesn't get stained with the other, but it's worth it. Now, I've been working in the afternoons or maybe early in the morning, so we avoid a direct sunlight. And now that we have a little bit of clouds, it's just perfect to work. We are right now in summer season, so it's really hot. Today is just perfect to work, so we're gonna go ahead and work in the morning. As you can see, we have one piece of furniture over there, which is a nice picnic table that was stained as well. I went through as many angles as possible to make sure that it looks nice. It's gonna be obviously darker, like you can see. And what we did is that we painted a section of the deck, of the floor, and the whole, row, meaning the entire planks were painted. Don't paint half of it and then the other half, because even being the same color paint or stain, it may dry in a different tone, so you will be frustrated if you have like half of it with one color and half of the other one. You might as well just paint the planks. And if they change in tones, it's not going to be as noticeable, because you're working with natural wood. So that's how we continue. As you can see over here, we have the section of the lattice painted with the dark color. The thing is that you may need some cheap brushes. I don't recommend you to use like, really expensive ones. Maybe for the nice straight areas, but this will damage brushes. So you may get like a pack of cheap brushes to work with. That are, oil-based or all paint brushes. There are many of them, and that's how we continue. So in a moment, I'm going to show you the final product and go over a little bit of the, more details, and that's pretty much it. So let's continue.
Yeah.
All right. This is the final part of the project. You can probably see in the background the way it turned out to be really beautiful. A little different than normal. We want to give it a nice coastal finish with those two tones. Really works really well. Not many people do it like that, but you can see that it looks very pretty. To summarize a little bit, what happened, especially on the floor, is that we found out that the color was a little too transparent, and we went ahead and put another coat on it. You still see the grain of the wood and all the stuff and everything, very nice, but it's a little more strong, just to make sure that everything looks even. This type of projects have longevity of maybe 5 years. You want to make sure that you clean it with a little bit of bleach and just regular detergent, and rinse it once in a while. If you start noticing a little bit of deterioration, go ahead and put a little touch up. Just keep the stains, in this case, of the type of material that we use, handy, or at least the name. Don't throw away the lead or the paint itself. That can match it later on. So I hope that can help you to understand how you can do your deck, how you can refinish your deck. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.